Well, finally, here it is, the long-awaited, definitive Dark Souls review. There's just so much you can say about a game after all, and it's about time we close the book on Souls games. I must emphasize it's a pleasure and an honor to have been chosen for the conclusion of the genre that is Dark Souls analytical reviews. I've been a fan not only of these extensive and numerous pieces, but also of the game itself for many years now. Of course, I won't only be giving the definitive answer to the worth, meaning, and value of Dark Souls as a game, but of the Souls series as a whole. This including Bloodborne, Demon's Souls, and the entire Dark Souls trilogy. So put your thinking hats on, because we're about to part on a trip around Game Review Street. And let me tell you, there's some ups and downs with this series. Just giving you a little tease here. But if you're a fan of Dark Souls 2 and 3, well buddy, get ready for some criticism coming your way. Unbridled, no bull, straight-faced, objective criticism that has been heavily studied and investigated by game reviewing pioneers. Yes sir, as definitive as it can get. And with God as my witness, I'll make justice to the work these professionals have made. Without further ado, let's begin our trip through the magical series that is Dark Souls. Dark Souls is perhaps the most important game of this generation. With an unrivaled combat system, perfect pacing and story progression, and of course, the most ingenious level design. It's hard to even imagine the process developers went through in the past when it came to making games. Considering that after its release, Dark Souls has essentially served as the guideline of standard all games should follow and attempt to achieve. This of course being something the media and gaming community has taken notice of. Really, there simply just isn't a single moment in Dark Souls that isn't worth your complete, unmoving attention. This is unanimously known as the best way to enjoy Dark Souls, by totally immersing yourself in its tenebrous world and atmosphere, with no distractions ever occurring from the outside world. A mentality that is supported and incentivized by the absolute genius decision to never let the player pause the game at all, creating an asphyxiating and carnally exciting experience of pure unmatched tension. These and so many more design choices are the reason why, among video games and perhaps modern media from the past 20 years, Dark Souls is considered to be the primal example of something deserving the term of total work of art. This has led to discussions that Dark Souls could, and frankly in my eyes, should, be used to possibly teach and better our educational systems, enforcing a modern and superior method of literary structure and composition through the technological avenue that is computer games. Yes, Dark Souls could finally be the game to intertwine the educational system with the industry of games. Just another of the countless honorary badges around Dark Souls' neck. All these achievements are of course corresponding to a single individual, a man that has meticulously crafted the most intricate world in gaming. This, of course, being Hidetaka Miyazaki. A mind so unmatched creatively that ever since the bang created by his first directed game, Demon's Souls, his name has been echoing through the vast knowledge circles of game connoisseurs all over the globe. And perhaps, even after this definitive review of his timeless works, we can still reminisce and fondly revisit the gifts his all-loving heart and brilliant mind have offered us. As we all know, games have been around for longer than most of us have even walked this earth. Yet, it is an undoubtable fact that Miyazaki is the father of the art that is game design. Opening doors that were in front of developers for so long, but that no other had the audacity, bravery, and
Hey,
forethought
there you are, darling.
to
You
dare
did great.
open.
Where's the other two? Alright, that's good. Whatever. That's good. Go wash up, hon. Hey, to make sure you keep good, things going good. Big calls to make. And now we can't be missing the top babies. We gotta make a lot of babies here. We gotta make a lot of money with these babies. Tell you what, boy.
Hey man, you heard him. Get the next scenes ready and make sure the audio levels are standard.
Touch those games even once, even if only once by chance.
This stuff's all garbage. The audience has heard 1,000 times. But even more preachy. I mean, there's so many more things to make an episode about. Why settle for this? Why settle for overpraising a series that at times feels unfinished and like vital basic elements we're giving no forethought at all? Not to mention its disgusting, condescending audience, ruining the experience for new players and fans alike. Stuff like this is what fuels those people. We even got crazy boost in production for this. I just don't want Dark Souls content to be this regurgitation of itself.
I want Minecraft and Dark Souls.
No doubt this attention to detail and unique presentation has been some of the countless reasons why fans all over the world have deeply fallen in love with this series. Creating one of the most loyal and attentive communities worldwide, people have synced in countless hours exploring, reading about, and experiencing these worlds with passion and love, like few media has the privilege in recent history. If only Miyazaki had blessed us.
Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls. Dark Souls, baby. Dark Souls.